Welcome to the Marketing Revolution podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today is Friday. It's about 10:22, and I am recording the podcast. Lately, I've been doing it a little bit later in the day. God, I want to say, doing these every single day, I kind of want to the life lesson of the day to sink in, if that makes sense. So, essentially when I get on here and do these, it's just what I'm specifically thinking that day. And what I'm actually going to talk about today is the employee onboarding process and how important that is. And man, I want to say this is, I thought it was going to be one of the most fucking boring subjects on planet Earth, but I knew that I had to do it. So I actually had Wendy Takaharo come into one of my mastermind groups a couple weeks ago. Maybe was it last week or the week before that? And we did an entire session on employee onboarding, and it was fucking cool. Like, honestly, not only was it awesome, but it was like something that like you need to fucking learn. Like, literally, if you're trying to grow your business, if you're going to grow your company and you want to do it in a way that is controllable, that's sustainable, and that just won't fucking completely get away from you in a bad way, then you're going to have to learn this skill. I've got to the point in life where, like, that there are a set of skills that you have to learn, like that you have to completely and fully understand to move forward. And sometimes them skills are not really the ones that we like learning an employee onboarding skill session is one of them things where I wasn't too thrilled to learn. But once I actually learned it and you understand the importance, and then you understand that, look, sometimes you have to put yourself in position to understand these things that are going to move you forward the furthest. And some of them are not super fun, like, crazy marketing techniques, Black Friday sales. Sales and marketing are probably going to be the funnest part of your business. I mean, especially if you get put in the position kind of like me, where all day long I am just content creating and putting myself in position to either get more clients, gain more interest, gain a bigger following. So all day long, what I'm looking for is, what can I create? What can I do today to make the mission bigger and better? And that's the position where you can have fun. But until you master some of these other processes, especially when you get to the point in your business where other people are doing a lot of the technical work, or they're doing a lot of the technician work, or they're doing a lot of the management work, when you get to that point, you have to learn this shit. Super important. So, guys, you can only become as good as a marketer as you can actually fulfill on whatever it is that you're fucking selling. And being a good marketer is only going to take you so far if you don't have a great fulfillment process, meaning you've got great people, great employees, and you've got some framework, meaning you've actually got a system that can move without your every moment monitoring that shit. Then you can only market so much, because if your fulfillment's bad, if your system's bad, eventually the marketplace will catch on and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So this is one of them podcasts that I want to go over with you, because you have to understand the level of importance behind this, okay? Especially if you're looking to grow, and not only grow with employees. Like, we actually have a lot of VAs that work for us. So not only do we have employees working for us, but we've got VAs. And here's the thing. Some people think that they can hire. Here's the biggest mistake with hiring a VA. If you don't know what that is, it's a virtual assistant. Thinking that you're going to hire them and they're going to be able to immediately do the job the way that you want it done, like right off the rip. Thinking you're going to be hiring them like a subcontractor, and they're they already know exactly all your wants, all your needs, exactly every way that you want your products or services fulfilled. It's never going to fucking happen. It's like La La Land. You've got to train them as well. So if you want predictable results, you're going to have a really good employee onboarding system and training system. So not having an employee onboarding system, it leads to chaos. It also leads to a bad impression for the people that you plan on hiring. If they come in the first day and you don't have anything for them to fucking do, then that leaves a bad impression, meaning that they just realize that they're employed with a company that's really fucking unorganized. If you do not have an employee onboarding system, it's going to take them much longer to understand their roles and what they need to do. And it's also going to take longer for them to become valuable to you, meaning that you're making an investment by bringing an employee in. You've got to do everything in your power to speed up the return of that investment. When you hire somebody new, it's always an investment. You're always going to be paying them more than you're going to be making from them. So if you do not have a good onboarding employee onboarding system, then it's going to take you a long time to begin to recoup that investment. So what you guys got to remember, the way you guys got to think is that an employee onboarding system is an investment, and it will get a much quicker return on your employees being able to become valuable to you much quicker. So, and also the next thing is the detrimental mistakes that could happen in your business model if you do not have a good employee onboarding system. I mean, people can make mistakes. They can make big mistakes. Things can get left unanswered or unattended to that are critical to your business. Okay, and it also makes the employees want to leave if you bring them in and you do not give them tangible information and tangible processes and systems to make their job easy and make them more valuable. It's going to make them want to leave, which that is a huge expense, because every time you hire somebody, you're investing in them. And if you're not going to get a long-term investment out of that individual, then you're going to be losing money hand over fist. That's not where you want to fucking be. Okay. So I'll talk a little bit about the types of training. Now, this is going to be a short podcast. We're talking about a very long webinar, very detailed webinar that we went into. And I'm actually breaking all of that down inside of the Marketing Savage course that's going to be released on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I would be crazy to think that I could teach you all of these things in a 10-minute podcast. But I am going to try to break it down for you quickly because I want to give you guys as much value as possible. You know, I want you guys to have this at hand. This is how important this is for many of your businesses out there. So some of the type of trainings that you can actually do are online training, classroom training, job shadowing, hands-on training, ability test, and external training. Okay. So I want you guys to think about how you can do that. And one of the examples that actually help speed the process up, and a lot of people use in the automotive industry, they actually use ardenttrainer.com to help aid their hands-on training process, meaning that they would have online access. Think about that with your company, literally creating systems inside of your company where you could record with a video, and you could put your brand new employees in front of a computer screen and they could do online training. But then once they come off of the online training, you would want to couple that with classroom training, hands-on training, and then job shadowing. Okay. So a lot of times with them four areas of training, you can accomplish a lot. I mean, I know a lot of companies that when people come in, they just do job shadowing. Well, the problem with that is that's almost like, let's just say Chick-fil-A for an example. And I would consider Chick-fil-A, they would probably have some of the best SOPs out there, meaning their operation, it's heavily enforced. Okay. So, it's very, very heavily enforced. Their SOPs are very heavily enforced, and that is the systems inside of their business. But could you imagine if Chick-fil-A left it to management to create their own chicken recipe or their own chicken batter recipe in every single one of the stores. Well, eventually what would happen is the original process that built the company would get diluted down over and over and over again until it was, at some point, it would be unrecognizable. And that is literally the inconsistency that ruins a business. You guys got to remember this: consistency builds a business, inconsistency ruins a business. Okay. So having the right type of processes gives people literally expectations of what they should expect just from coming to you in general. All right. So, what you want to do is you want to couple online training with classroom training, with job shadowing, and then hands on training. And then you can actually give tests. You can begin ranking the individuals based on how good or how they were able to absorb all of these different types of training. Okay. And then again, something else that's you can consider, and I've done this in the past for clients and customers, we've actually did external training. So I've had people that have came to me back when we had the dent removal school, and they would come to me and say, hey, John, I want to send one of my employees out because I just want you to get them up to speed really quickly. So that way, when they come back, I know that they're still going to need some additional training, but you will have taken care of the lion's share of that. And then we couple that with some online training. It really speeds up the process. So super important, y'all. Super important to nail these things down. And the way you got to look at it is the time that it takes to create these new employee onboarding systems are going to secure your investment and actually give you a faster return on your investment when you invest in people. It's going to give a better impression for your company. It's going to strengthen the tribe, meaning that people will appreciate and understand that you run a business that is on top of shit, man. You run a business that is on top of this type of shit, and people love to be employed by that type of business. Otherwise, I think people start to look around and say, wow, man, I'm working for this dumb shit that literally has no process to train me. I learned everything on my own. I'm fucking teaching him or her, whatever it is. So I'm working for why can't I do it on my own? Right? So if people don't see tangible value inside of your business of why they're employed for you, don't think that they're not going to sit there and ponder on why they just can't be doing this shit on their own, right? So anyhow, y'all, I appreciate you for coming along on this Marketing Revolution podcast. Get on over to the Marketing Savage Facebook group. See y'all on the next one.